it like rocket fuel.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy.
Coach, we are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Set 250. I got you.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day. Hey, easy.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On first down, it's Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
40 got. Hey, box drop.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set. 10 Lobo. Don't get nervous. He's checking. Mike.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ready.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike 55.
2nd and 6. Dancing to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Here we go. Set. 30 base.
Right here. Watch time.
Go. Now.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Recon, 132 final.
Mike 55. Strip that ball. Hatch it.
They're going to try and throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch.
6'6", bullet high.
Hey, watch the slant.
Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Those chains. That's good.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Go.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under 10, under 61, matchbox lights.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Go, baby, return over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Showing it. Showing it. Rush in.
Topper. Hey, high 7.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, check mine.
Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Yeah.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So don't say nothing. Mike, go.
2nd and 5. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Let's get it.
10-2 soft.
Check 55 to Mike. Hey, check. You go tank.
5.
On 2nd down, Armstead. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
61.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Running it with Armstead. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
65.
Now Stafford. Complete to Jones. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Complete to Marvin Jones.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot.
Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down now, it's Johnson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big run there by Johnson. 61 yards that time on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Protein spill.
55, Mike 55. Coming.
2nd and 4. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Down. 30 base.
No game on this defense, no game. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down.
Let's go.
That's good for another Jacksonville.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
At the 39-yard line.
Lead river.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Drop deep, drop deep. He's coming, he's coming.
80 weapons.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. All day, baby, all day, baby. Switch it.
On second down, Eckler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check.
Blue draw corkers.
We go 25 to Mike. Here we go. Hey, 25 to Mike.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw.
Let's go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop him with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Here's Johnson. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here comes the Lions punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Fielded just inside the 30. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Watch the rook.
Hey, Zoo.
Hey, 25.
Back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Second and 7 at the 5-yard line.
Set. Blue 60.
Come on.
Stay 50. Stay 50.
Get wide. Check 4. Check 4.
Hey, easy, easy.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. A shotgun snap for Stanford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, 97 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And 10 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Hey, 25 to Mike.
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep third position and makes the interception.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Tackles, like 7, 6, 6, pull it high. What happened?
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready! Yellow 80! Yellow 80!
You're not ready. You're not ready.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
That's it, baby.
Set! 180!
44. Watch the pass.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
We're going to work.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down, Detroit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Check safety. Check safety.
What? Hey, 22! 32!
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4.
36. 36. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Twist. Twist.
Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. That last play, though, not indicative of the night he's had running the football.
No, you're exactly right about that, because all through this evening, it's been their night, hasn't it? One play here, they get it against them. I wouldn't worry about that very much at all. Just continue to do what they've been doing.
Get that quarterback, D-line! Get that quarterback, D-line! D-line, get that quarterback!
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 9 now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jared Davis able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 17.
Watch the whip.
61, matchbox lights. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
At the Jaguars' 42-yard line.
Set. Blue 60. 44.
I know he ain't got it. Bofo's the mic.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down, Lions.
Alert 3.
They give to Johnson going right. And he's got room. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 41-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Go. Fire.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. He'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Try to punch it in with Eckler. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Check. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
55, come on. Check.
Yep.
Come on, baby.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Silver. Slam.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 44.
To throw is Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, 25 to Mike. Smooth. Watch QB jump. Watch QB jump.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Coming to you, coming to you. Watch the safety creep. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going. There. Check.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. 2nd and long. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Throwing here, Stafford. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. On second down, Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Lady! Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Omaha, remove. Hey, 70. Minus 50.
Now Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Harris. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Yellow lady! Yellow lady!
After the interception, here's Stafford. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Set! 180! 44! Alert! Bring it!
Stafford gonna throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
For that, lady! Check. It's our time. It's our time.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are.